And the last, or the first shall be last. There you go.
And thank you. I want to share a little good news. With all the disagreement tonight, I did want to share a little bit of agreement between both sides. I'm going to quote myself from an op-ed I wrote last July in the Providence Journal that was heavily vetted before it was printed. Oh, is this better? Thank you. If Roe v. Wade were overturned today,
You have to identify yourself for everybody.
Barth Bracey, Rhode Island Right to Life. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Chairman. If Roe v. Wade were actually overturned today, which I think we all know that's not going to happen, nothing would change in Rhode Island with respect to the legality of abortion. Nothing would change. The legal status quo would remain as it is and has it been for decades. Abortion laws currently in force and those not in force would remain as they are unless and until appropriate legal filings were duly made by a party withstanding, overcome the inevitable legal challenges, and are decided by the courts. While nothing would automatically change in Rhode Island, the General Assembly, subject to the governor's veto, would be empowered again to craft laws. Nothing would change. What I want to share with you is that the other side agrees. I'm quoting from a WPRI story that you can find online, and I can share it with you. Craig O'Connor, quote, of Planned Parenthood, Southern New England, said abortion will not automatically be outlawed in Rhode Island if Roe v. Wade is overturned. So we all agree, both sides agree, that if Roe v. Wade is overturned, nothing changes in Rhode Island. So we don't need to be doing this right now. We have time. The second brief point I want to make is a lot of folks in both chambers seem to have believed 71% poll by Providence Journal, one of the biggest garbage polls I've ever seen, and I'm sorry for characterizing it that way. I've put some information on your packets. We probably will run a poll, but every legitimate poll, and I'm talking about Gallup, has been polling this for over a decade. And their findings ever since 1996 is that no higher have they ever been than 14% of Americans who support third trimester abortions. In other words, for the last 14 years, over 86% of Americans oppose third trimester abortions, which is what we're talking about with these bills. Marist has found the same results over a decade of polling. Now, we know that Rhode Islanders are a bit unique. We're the smallest state, et cetera, but I do not believe we are that far out of step with the rest of America. I think the Providence Journal poll is such an outlier that it's got to be regarded for what it is, which is ludicrous. And we got to wake up and realize that the vast majority of Rhode Islanders oppose third trimester abortions. And I pray that this committee will not let that go to the floor, and that this General Assembly will reject that. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your testimony.